Good morning, everyone. So, I was just able to watch episode one of Disney Plus's Moon Knight, or Marvel's Moon Knight. This, of course, is going to be a six-episode series set in the MCU Marvel Universe, where Oscar Isaac plays the titular role of Moon Knight. So, he's going to be Mark Spector, he's going to be Stephen Grant, basically all his personalities wrapped up into Moon Knight. So, again, six episodes. This first one comes in at about 45 minutes long and is introducing Marvel's new, really anti hero into this big universe through the TV series. So, without further ado, let me get into my review for the first episode of Marvel's Moon Knight. And then, of course, when all six episodes have aired, I'll do my review for season one of it. But yes, without further ado, let's get into it. So, right off the bat, I'll just kind of go over a really easy, quick synopsis of what this first episode is about. And we spend a ton of time with Stephen Grant. He works at a museum in a gift shop, which is in London, and you can tell that he has a lot of knowledge about ancient Egypt. He's correcting his bosses, his museum all the time on things that they're getting wrong about the mythology, the history of the people, and of course, too, just the gods and everything that they believed in. He's very smart, but he's looked down on a lot because, well, he has a lot of passion and respect for himself, and he loves to just talk and be with people, but the people that he's around don't really seem to see him in the same light. There's a lot of conversations that he has with people where they remember him being basically someone completely different, but he has no idea what they're talking about. Lives a life pretty isolated. When he gets into his apartment, he locks all the doors, puts tape on the door, like sand in front of his bed, and he chains himself up because he sometimes wakes up in places that he has no idea how he got there. And that's kind of how this episode transpires, where all of a sudden he is feeling so stiff and sore, like he got hit by a truck essentially, and he's in the middle of some foreign country and he has no idea how he got there, why people are chasing him, doing all these things. But he has visions of course, the moon god Khonshu, who I don't think he realizes who it is yet, coming after him and trying to talk to him, speak to him, and tell him to give control to Mark. And so there's a few times in this episode where he talks to Mark. And of course, if you know the history of Moon Knight and what this character truly is, you know where this is going to go down further the line. But we don't really get to see too much of anything except for Mark. And this is a bit of a quick spoiler here. So if you don't want anything, just maybe skip like 15 seconds ahead right now. But at the end of the episode, we do get to see Mark Spector take over control of Stephen Grant's body. He is Moon Knight. We get to see a quick little shots of just the carnage that we know that he's going to throw down. So, with that said, that's where this episode leads off, and I found that the pacing to get there was a little bit slow, but it definitely gets into the head of what Steven is going through and what he's going to have to sacrifice really within the role that he's in. It's not fortunate for his job, it's not fortunate for his personal life, all these things, but he has been put in a situation that is much bigger than him. So seeing kind of this dilemma have to come through for the rest of the series, I think is going to be extremely interesting. And with the performance that Oscar Isaac's given, he's, I mean, incredible actor, and that is showing every single ray of that in this first episode. The way that he's able to bounce between the personalities is something very special, and like he truly is every single character that he's come to be. Um, I absolutely love his performance in this, where again, he can just swap interchangeably times where he like passes out and wakes up all of a sudden in a van and multiple people are dead kind of thing is again just fantastic how he's able to bring so much emotion and so many scenes and swap interchangeably between the personalities is something super special. And yeah, I really like almost some of the horror aspects that they have going on in this episode so far, and it has been very very fun to watch performance wise. Again, like I said, they're trying to keep us in the dark as much as Steven is. So, in ways, this can make this episode feel a little convoluted, a little bit slow, but it's so perfect to what Steven is actually going to in the show. Or if you've read the comics and you know, again, what Moon Knight is, it's perfect in terms of telling his story and feeling exactly what he is feeling, where he has no idea what's going on. So that's what they're trying to convey to the audience as well. So Ethan Hawke too is playing Arthur Harrow. We get to see a little bit of his character and definitely bring in that elements of his character basically trying to find cures to pain and cures ailments by any means necessary. And well, I mean, we don't get to get that last part in the show, but we do get to see him basically live as a man without pain. And he does come off as very intimidating in this first episode, and it's only going to grow more and more from that. But there's a great scene between him and Oscar Isaac, kind of near the end of this episode in a museum, which I just found again very intimidating. And Ethan Hawke again is a great actor, but all the performance in this has been pretty stellar, in all honesty. And I'm really happy that they're able to bring so much talent to not just in the acting, but of course to the filming of this first episode of Moon Knight. It was very pretty in terms of its cinematography, the fight scenes, even though again we don't really get to see any hand-to-hand combat until the end of the episodes. It's just very well shot again, and just showing you how nuts Moon Knight is going to be, where you just see the aftermath of all the fights. And it's very, very effective in just showing how brutal this show is going to be. Again, it definitely is very dark and would be R-rated if they showed the violence. But again, when you see the aftermath, you know that it's some brutal stuff just went down, and not holding back. You see people get crushed, cars get demolished. People are dying in this series, and they're doing it in like a PG-13 way, but probably the closest they could get to without it's being rated R, which would be actually showing like the physical death, where you don't really get to see that too much or at all in the episode. But it's brutal. It's Moon Knight. Like they're able to show, just perfectly capture that world of the comics, or at least the origin of it so far. And I do very applaud them for the way that they're going through it. But yes, for an entry episode, this was very, very well done. And I'm so excited to see how they're able to grow this franchise, because it's been pretty awesome so far. I love Oscar Isaac. I love Ethan Hawke. I love the direction, the cinematography, the way that they've done the fight so far, which I think might be the only time we see the fights done like this. Now that we're kind of at the point in Moon Knight's origin that we are. But yeah, when kind of everything taken together, I'm gonna have to give this first episode of Moon Knight an 8 out of 10. Again, like I don't really want to blame the pacing issues too much, because they're perfect to the character. But for people who don't really know a whole lot about what who Moon Knight is and things like that, might be left feeling a little confused. But I think it was done with very, very good purpose. A little bit slow, but a great and strong start to the 6 episode series that we're going to get of Moon Knight. So if you've seen the first episode, please let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. If you like this review, you can definitely check out all my other reviews on this channel, like it, and I will link some, well, up top here for convenience sake, and you can check all of them out through my channel. And yeah, subscribe to the little ringer on if you want to know when I upload new videos. If you want to check out everything I do live stream and Twitch wise, there's a link to that in the description of this video, and of course my channel bio. And in both of those places, there's a link to the Media Mountain, which is my Discord, where we talk about movies, video games, comic books, TV, pretty much everything that's awesome in this world. So you can definitely check out that amazing community, join it, help make it even more amazing than it is already. And yeah, just awesome, guys. Please check out Moon Knight on Disney Plus.